In this video, I will show you something that nobody else is teaching on YouTube. And you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, I'm talking about MCP servers. They let you connect your Lovable app to any other system out there. And this is not another feature. It will make your AI systems way more effective, and besides that, it even gets simpler to build your AI systems with MCP servers than without. So this is something that I have not seen anybody do, and it is really a gap that we're going to fill in when building our applications, because MCP servers make it really simple for us to connect our Lovable apps to any other servers out there. The only thing is you really need to understand how it works and how to implement it, and that is exactly what I will do in this video. So before starting the actual technical stuff, what actually is an MCP server? So this basically shows what the difference is that MCP is making. So before MCP, we have our large language model. So this is, for example, our AI agent that we create in Lovable. So we add a Zapier API call, a YouTube API call, and Slack. So for example, it can get statistics from a video from the YouTube API, and then it can send messages with Slack. So when we create something like this, we need to understand the YouTube API and the Slack API. And these are all very different implementations. But now with MCP, we connect our large language model with a single API instead of those 3 different APIs. And this single API is connected to an MCP server. And in this MCP server, everything is already taken care of. So all the integrations with the Zapier API, with the YouTube API, and with the Slack API are already taken care of. So this is the main difference between building an AI agent before MCP and after MCP. And this is obviously a way better way of building your AI agents. So let's now actually get started with the actual building of our AI agent connected to a Google Calendar. Hey, very quickly, if you're enjoying this video and learning anything from it and you are not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate if you do so. It really helps me to grow my channel, and I will personally help you create the most amazing AI apps out there, and that's my promise to you. So without any further ado, let's head back into the video. So this MCP server is connected to my Google Calendar. So we make sure that our AI agent can, for example, check my calendar, book new meetings. So we are going to use an external service called Pipedream, and Pipedream already has all those MCP servers. So we can very simply just hook our AI agent into Pipedream, and we can use any other system that you see in here. So we have the Notion MCP server, we have the Google Sheets MCP server, Telegram, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Shopify, everything that you can think of is in here. As you can see, there are a lot of options. We can load more. We have Airtable, Reddit, and in this case we are going to use the Google Calendar one just as an example, but you can use this video for any other use case that you want. So right here, when you click on your MCP server that you want to use, we can see everything that it has. So it has available tools. So it can get the current user, it can update an event, it can list all the calendars that we have, and it can create an event, it can delete an event. So everything that we might want is in here. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is you need to get a free account to Pipedream. You can right here go to pipedream.com, sign up for an account, and then you land in your dashboard. So right here we have projects, we have sources, we have accounts, and we need to configure something right here. But before we do that, we have our prompt that we want to throw into Lovable, and it will create the front end and the edge functions that we need to make a connection to Pipedream. So we go to the build loop library right here, and we have this prompt, which basically has all the information it needs on implementing the MCP server. So we make a calendar management chatbot. So what we do is we copy this one, and if you are interested in learning more about this prompt, you can go to the build loop library. The link is in the description. So we have copied this. We can now go back to Lovable. We can paste this and run it, and then we need our credentials and we need to set up Pipedream, and that is basically it. So let's run this. And right now it understands everything that it needs to understand, and it is asking us for our API keys. And as you can see, it enabled AI, it also enabled cloud, and right now we need our Pipedream client ID, our client secret, our project ID, and our environment. So how we get that is you go to your dashboard right here. And you can click on new project. I already have an existing one, but let's now create a new one so you can follow along exactly, because it can get a bit tricky. So we click on new project, we give the name, so we create it, and right here you have your project ID. So let's copy this one directly. We go back and we paste it here. We then need our client ID and our client secret. So how you get those is you go to settings, you go to API, and right here you can create a new client. So let's do this. So we click on new OAuth client, we give it a name, so Cal, we click on create, and we have our client ID and our client secret. So let's copy this one, let's copy this one, and we paste it right here. And then we have our Pipedream environment, and you can just have development right here. So now that we have everything, we can click on submit, and it will now implement everything we need to actually start chatting with our Google Calendar. And in the meantime, we'll go back to Pipedream to make sure we have set up everything correctly. So we close this one, we go back to projects, and we can then click on accounts. And right here, you can connect an app. So what we do is we click on this one, and right here, you have all the apps that you can implement. So as you can see, there are a lot of different choices. Right now, obviously, we want the Google Calendar one. So we click on this one. We then get sent to this view, and we can click on our name. We can click on continue. And right here, you will get the screen where it shows all the things that it needs access to. Right now, Pipedream already has access to my Google Calendar. So for now, we'll just click on continue and we are done. That's it. That's all the setup work that you need to do. So right here, you will see that we correctly added Google Calendar to our Pipedream account and it has already been loaded. So this is really cool. So right now we can just start testing it out. So if we say what's on my calendar today, we will get an error. And this is something that could be happening to you as well, because we are using AI and AI can still make mistakes. And it is up to us to make sure that we actually fix this. The way you do this with every problem that you might have is you click on the cloud right here. You then go to Edge functions, and right here you have your Edge function that is called calendar agent. And we can click on the logs, and right here you have your errors whenever something is not working yet. So what we do is we basically copy this and we say when asking something to the agent, and we just paste all of our errors right here. Perfect. We run it and then we test again, and this is the way we actually make sure that it's working. But believe me, we are way closer than you might think. So we run this and wait for it. Okay, so we can now test it out again. So we say what's on my calendar today, and it needs to know the current date. So this is for sure something we want to fix so that it knows exactly what date it is today. But for now, we just give it a date manually, and it then encountered an error. So we can now go to cloud again. We can go to Edge functions. We click here, we click on view logs, and right now we can see everything that is happening. We only have an error right here with the parsing of the arguments. So what we do is basically the exact same once again. So we go right here and we say the following. When asking the agent, we got. And then we copy basically just everything. So we copy this one, we copy this one, and we run it, and now we test it out again. And yes, that is also why my community and business is called Build Loop, because I'm teaching you exactly how you can build applications like this in basically just a loop. So you see what is wrong, you put it into Lovable, and when you do this a few times, your app will become better at every step. So we run this right now. Let's wait for the result and then test it out again. Okay, perfect. So it has loaded. We refresh. We click on this one. Perfect. So I see you haven't connected your Google Calendar yet. This is something that could happen, but we can very simply just fix this once by copying this one. We click on continue. We click our account and we just connect it once again. So right now we'll just test it out again. Okay, perfect. So it is already working. We say what's on my calendar today. We give it a date. And right here, we have everything that we need. So we have my one-on-one call with Ben right here. And then I need to get some furniture at IKEA. So this is already working, super seamless. We can now also say something like, perfect. Please also add an event for tonight at 19 o'clock. I will build out the furniture. And because we are connected to the MCP server, this is not something we need to implement ourselves. This is all taken care of inside of the MCP server. So we run this. Okay, perfect. It added a new event to my calendar, so we can now check it out in my actual calendar. And indeed, right here we have it. So this is working out of the box. We can also add some other MCP servers, for example, Notion, and this way you're really connecting all your apps in a very seamless way. And yeah, it takes some debugging, but it is worth it. I think using MCP servers inside of your Lovable app is a really good way to go. Thanks for watching my complete video. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are now very busy building your own Lovable apps with MCP functionality. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. I will make sure that I will answer every single one of them. So I will see you in the next one.